Hi everyone. So this month's fishery video, I am just showing you what I have to do for my, well, I'll try and do it every day, check-up of the otter fence. We've had some strong winds in the last couple of days, and I've just noticed on the pulsar that I have in my garage that it's not working right. So there could be something on the fence, there could be a little connector that's got a bit of water in it or moved. So I'm just walking the fence now. It's a chicken wire and otter wire fence, but we also have 2 strands of electric running around it just as another deterrent. This time of year, obviously food is not all that plentiful, so it's when you're sort of at your most vulnerable. There's not as many anglers on the water, so otters wouldn't feel pressured, you know, so it's generally when you can have the most issues. So at the moment I'm just strolling around the fence. Hopefully I'll come across something and be able to show you what we do to fix it. So I've come from that wood over there. So far I've not found anything, but I've got this handy bit of kit that helps me. I pop it on the fence, gives me a reading, and where that arrow is pointing, generally that is the direction I need to be travelling in. See where it's pulsing 1.4, I want it to be reading sort of 7, so there's clearly a big problem with it. So I will carry on round. But it's more doing this as a prevention rather than a cure, you know. I mean, you can't guarantee a tree hasn't fallen on it and otters haven't got in, but you know, hopefully we're pretty fortunate to not have an issue with them at the moment. So yeah, there's Dave making an appearance. Yeah, so I'll carry on round. There's about 3 kilometers of fence, so sometimes it can be a bit tricky to find something. If it's a small connector, it can mean that you maybe have to do, you know, walk it 2 or 3 times even to find it, but hopefully it'll be something obvious. So there's areas like this where there's lots of bends in the fence and gates. So we have a couple of we have 4 vehicle gates and 4 pedestrian gates around the res, and it's sometimes at these connectors here that there can be a bit of a loose connection, they're sparking, but these all seem fine. Yeah, that's all good. Right, carry on. So I've just got down to this area, which is the bottom of the fishery, where the beck comes in through the gates there, and I noticed that the bit of wire here has bounced out of its holder and is sat against that metalwork. I've turned the fence off now, so I'm okay to touch it, but you can see it's done that to it. So I'm going to just flick that back on. I'm going to wrap some wire around there just to stop it pinging out again. It's obviously a weak point. And then yeah, we'll switch it back on. Luckily I can use this to switch it back on, so I don't have to walk all the way back to the house. So yeah, hopefully that will cure it. Got a little box of bits there, so I'll start doing that. So I've just wrapped a bit of cable around there just to stop it popping out, and now we'll see if we can switch the fence on again, if it wants to work. There we go, so that's back on, and there we go, look, pulsing 7, 8, yeah, perfect. Top one's good, so yeah, that has cured the problem. Luckily an easy fix, so I don't have to walk the rest of the fence. I've already driven that side of the fence all through the wood, and I couldn't see a problem there, so I knew it would be down this side. So that is great. What do you think, Dave? Not impressed, do you? Wants to be chasing pheasants. So I'm just having a wander back now, just going past the stock pond, which we're netting in a couple of weeks' time. So it'll be really interesting. Next month there should be lots of fish to see, hopefully going into the res. The fishing on the res this month has been really slow. It's been very cold, I would say for 45-50% of the time probably. It's had a lot of ice on it, so there's been no one here fishing. Hopefully in the next month or so, by the end of Feb, I would expect it to start picking up a little bit. But yeah, this month I've sort of made my mind up. I'm gonna do sort of document my time on the res this year. So in 5 years of being here, I've never actually fished it properly for a prolonged period of time. So every week I'm going to try and do an overnighter, probably starting in March when the fish are really woken up. And hopefully that'll mean that I can, one, be on the bank a bit more, so if fish do get caught I can pop round if other people have caught them and show you them. And two, I might be able to catch a few myself and show you them. So yeah, just document the way I go about fishing. It's probably quite different to some guys' approaches on here. And yeah, I just thought it'd be interesting to do a season where I show you what I do. But until next month, that's it from me. Cheers, guys.